Turvy opening weekend. It's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the Dallas Cowboys. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. The first carry now. This is Williams. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. But you look at this defense. They come into this one rounding out the top 10 in the 10 spot against the run.
Now if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants them to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if they can get to him. Now Prescott. And he fires one, but incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
On to punt now, Anger, as he boots this one away. That'll go for only 17 yards on the punt. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Now the second-year man, Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Here's Daniels. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Washington 1st down. That is his 951st NFL reception, so 49 away from 1,000, but 951. That ties him with Andre Reed.
Oh, I love the trigger there because Andre Reed caught the ball any part of the field and specialized in traffic, similar to what we've seen throughout his career as well. Does not mind going across the middle and making big-time catches.
1st down. Here's Krosky-Merritt. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. This defense for the Cowboys, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And one of the key numbers that I look at after every game, total yards allowed. They held them under 200 yards of total offense, just couldn't sustain much of anything against them. Great job showing them different looks and then attacking.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. Cavante Turpin deep for the Cowboys. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple. Throwing, Prescott. And that one going to come up short. Low throw. CeeDee Lamb is intended target. And it's third down and 2. You talk about this Washington defense. Coming into this one, ranked number 19 in the NFL against the pass.
What they lack in pass defense, they do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against the people trying to move the ball on the ground. But this is a passing league, so there's the conundrum for them. How do they get better defending the pass?
They'll try to run for it with Blue. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up fourth down. On fourth down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
2 yards to go, second down. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Short throw taken in by Okonkwo. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
He's got his receiver, Lane. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
A first carry for Rachaad White. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. And the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
Now Daniels. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. That would have set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
To throw is Daniels. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a fourth down coming up. Daniels going to throw for it. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Washington goes for it, but it does not pan out. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Play action now. Prescott. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Now, how about that? Defensive coordinator perfectly in sync, dials up a blitz, and the man in the middle, he's the one who gets home.
Big Mike.
Big Mike.
Throwing on second and long. Prescott. He's got this to Pickens. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. First catch so far by Pickens. It's good for a first down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
They go with Blue between the tackles. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The Cowboys at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed.
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. It was Leo Chanel who got in to drop it.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's fourth down.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a fourth down.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away.
Fair catch.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be first and 10 as they take over.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield, try to hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though. Yeah,
much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. If he was going to his left, a little bit tougher.
Exactly.
They go play action. Daniels. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. To the air goes Daniels. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
The short put up on these two defenses in this first half. The Cowboys don't have to be just offensively. Neither one of them giving an inch. And that's good coverage once again there to force another 4th down.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. This is brought in at the 21. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They've been playing the field position game thus far. No score, 2nd quarter as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
That is caught. There's Ryan Floyd. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a 1st down. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3-and-out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there on 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
From just shy of midfield, here's a 2nd down and 6. They stay on the ground this time. It's Williams. And he's got it across the midfield, strengthened into Washington territory.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And he will have a Cowboys 1st down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage, but it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force, and they had that to pick up the 1st down.
Barely picking it up, but they did. 20! 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. From the 10, 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And they'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Javonte Williams, his 1st touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Cowboys post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Aubrey good with the PAT. And that makes the score 7-0. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. Throwing now is Daniels. Over the middle, he has Okonkwo. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Daniels looking to throw. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Another first down there as this one goes for 25.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done. And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try to pick up another first down.
Back to throw again. And that is incomplete.
That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to spin the dial now in their playbook and come up with one more shot at the marker to try and keep this series going.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Working out of the gun, Daniels. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run again.
And he's caught. Touchdown, Washington. Stephon Diggs, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Commanders are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Moody good with the extra point. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive, as they take over with exactly 1 minute to go here before intermission. Here's Prescott. Finds Pickens out right. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Prescott now. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Here's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And this is incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Prescott. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
To the air again, Prescott. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Prescott to throw it. Pickens on the slant. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 27-yard line. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now.
First down. First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
First down. First and goal at the 5-yard line.
And again, it's Prescott. And he's got it. Touchdown. George Pickens in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cowboys have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Aubrey now for the point after. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
It's the score. Cowboys 14. Commanders 7. Brandon Aubrey to kick off.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. Here's Daniels. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. A misconnection there, and he's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they throw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
A final shot before break. Daniels. Puts it on the carpet. It's out. It's picked up by the Cowboys. But they will not be able to capitalize as time has run out here on the first half of play. A one-touchdown ball game, 14-7. Our scores, we get back at it on EA Sports. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half. So make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps. But above all, play your game.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 38. They run straight ahead here with White. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
They'll go with a 4-receiver look here, 2 on each side as they face a 2nd down and 8. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. That's the safety, Caleb Downs. And the Cowboys are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
To throw is Prescott. That's going to be caught by Pickens. And they're having pass midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It's another 1st down and want to be a gain of 21 yards.
The potential of George Pickens never in doubt. The move from Pittsburgh, terrific for him. Career high in catches, yards, and touchdowns his first year in Dallas. He is C.D. Lamb's sidekick, and both can hurt you.
And nothing much materializing there in the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Here's Prescott. He finds his man, complete. It's Ferguson. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
That's another Cowboys 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 25.
Now we'll give up the middle to Williams. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. There on the stop was Leo Chanel. 3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Prescott. Left side to Lamb. And he is into the end zone for the Cowboy touchdown. C.D. Lamb, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Cowboys go up by 2 touchdowns. Aubrey now for the PAT. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Cowboys 21, Commanders 7.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. 2nd and 10. Now Daniels. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
Daniels pass. Intercepted. The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
They'll run up the middle here with Blue. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. That is not going to be any help as they dump it behind the line of scrimmage. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. They'll turn things over to Brandon Aubrey now for the field goal. From the left hash, this from 37. And his kick is indeed good. And they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions. And this is what they're going to need more of. It's the 3rd quarter. You're trailing. You've got to come out with a renewed sense of purpose, and that's a nice way to kick off the drive with good yardage and a 1st down.
To throw is Daniels. He'll complete this one to Okonkwo. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 right at the 40. Room to maneuver at the 35. And finally down at the 32-yard line. Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Well, that flag puts them on their heels a little bit more defensively as the officials walk it upfield.
Yeah, and they can blame the officials all they want, but bottom line, it's their own fault because, to me, that was an avoidable call. Stay focused and avoid major mistakes like that.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. They go play action. Daniels. They throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete. Pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. To the air goes Daniels. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Now a 2nd and 10. Daniels looking to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talked about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
Throwing now is Daniels. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Chigakonkwo, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Commanders are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. Moody good with the extra point. And the lead down to 10, 24-14.
Commanders 14.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. Got an open man, it's Pickens. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Prescott.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing. Prescott. Well, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
We'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a two-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. And he'll be touched down at the end, but a big play on that one.
It's a gain of 25 yards. First down, Commanders.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 24 yards to gain there. Another first down as well.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting the field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try to get the ball back again.
And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
Working out of the gun, Daniels. Flush to his right. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Jaden Daniels, his third touchdown of the game and fourth on the year. And the Commanders have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Moody good with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter.
Commanders 21.
So just a three-point game now as they send this one away. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
At their own 33-yard
line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. This game has really flipped on its head. 2 unanswered touchdowns by the other side, and now they take over here with just a very slim one-score lead.
And we've seen this how many times now? Teams get a big lead, they go into coast mode, and all of a sudden they're scrambling and battling for a win down the stretch. They've got to put something together right here, otherwise they're in danger of doing the old snatching defeat from the jaws of victory.
Prescott down. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And he's going to be shoved out, but not before he gets this down to the 20-yard line. A big play here for Dallas. 37 yards. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff to Blue running left side. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game. And that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Prescott. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Dorrance Armstrong in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. So a big one coming here for Brandon Aubrey. This to swell the lead to 6. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now, because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
The touchdown the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. They're set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. Their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And the comeback may stall out. It's intercepted. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Daniel's pass. Intercepted. The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Blue trying the right side. And he's got a 1st down as he's going to be taken down. But a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Washington defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Five points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game.
2nd and 9 at the 12-yard line.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Here's 3rd and 9. Handoff, Blue running right.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for it in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to perhaps salt this one away. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
Here's 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try to get those yards a safer way.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Daniels from the gun on 3rd down. He gets this complete to Diggs. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First down, Washington.
Again, he'll drop to throw. There's a short one pulled in by center. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from me a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
They'll look to throw again. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Ooh, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Short throw taken in by a Conquest.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
17 yards. First down, Commanders.
A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. How'd you like to be those defensive coaches, though? That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all game plan, they all scout, they all think they're prepared. But executing and stopping teams, that's another matter entirely.
So for the Cowboys, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week.